Hello and welcome to Inside the Academy. I'm Toby Phipps and I'm joined this week by Jack Austicke and Liam Caffery. This week we headed to the North East to take a look inside Sunderland's academy. The Black Cats youth system has produced a number of players for the club's first team recently, most notably Dan Neil, Anthony Patterson and Chris Rigg, who've all played vital roles as Sunderland have pushed for promotion in the EFL Championship. We caught up with the academy last week as they took on Leeds United in a Premier League 2 fixture. It's been a mixed campaign so far for the Black Cats under 21s. They currently sit in 14th place, just 2 spots outside the Premier League 2 end of season playoffs. That last spot is occupied by Sunderland's arch rivals Newcastle United though, who sit just a point above the Black Cats. And Jack, with pressure ramping up at this time of the season, just how tough does that make playing?
It's very tough, but I do think this is where the best players are born. This is a real test of their mentality, and they're going to have to play in bigger games in this. They might make it into the playoffs, which is a high pressurised game, and you never know, they could play at the Stadium of Light in front of 49,000 people, you know, a massive crowd. You've got to be able to eat up this pressure and play in these big games. That's what Reggie LeBray and his coaching staff will be looking for if they want a young player to come through and play in the first team.
And Liam, Sunderland's first team it's very young. They've got the likes of Joe Bellingham, Chris Rigg, Romain Mundle and Eliza Mayenda, who are all eligible to play for the under-21 side. So how impressive is it then that they are so high up in the table, considering the players they're missing?
I think it'll only come natural to them. They'll see lads in the first team in and around their age and they'll be thinking, well, I want to be there. And they're obviously good players, and then they'll perform and get in there.
We now head over to Eppleton for your match highlights with your commentators Harry Hayden and Matt Quinn.
As Middlemass takes his corner, it's not a bad delivery, and Luke Bell got his head to it. But Joe Anderson did well there to pick up the loose pieces and stop that counter-attack. Here's Middlemass, who's making a brilliant run. Lovely pass from Jones. It's Middlemass. It's a brilliant save from Savambang. Lovely play there between Harrison Jones and Ben Middlemass. Leeds do really well there to keep possession, but Garguson wins it back. Here's Harrison Jones. He's got Watson to his left-hand side. That's a lovely ball. Here's Tommy Watson to make it 1-0, but once again, a brilliant save by Darrell Ambong. What a pass that was from Harrison Jones, though. And quickly taking corner here from Sunderland. Here's Tommy Watson. Back here from Middlemass. Now Jones, lovely flick on for Watson. Here's Watson, he might have a go from here. It's Tommy Watson, it might just squeeze in. And in the end, it's gone in the end by Finn Garguson. Not the cleanest goal in the world, but once again, Tommy Watson at the heart of it. But I think it was Finn Garguson in the end to tap it home. He's got 10 goals and assists in 11 games this season.
The on-bang is down.
And I think the keeper is claiming that he was fouled in the process. And it's Sunderland 1 at Leeds United 0, and you can't really say it's not been coming.
Absolutely, Sunderland have really ran things.
Max McFadden on this, playing in the CDM role. He's giving it straight to Joe Anderson though. Harrison Jones has the ball here, might have a go. He gives it to Garguson. It's Finn Garguson to make it 2-0, and Sunderland double their lead in double quick time. Finn Garguson's got 2. Once again, it was a mistake from Leeds playing out from the back, but a lovely finish there from Finn Garguson.
And it is deserved. Sunderland have been the better team this half.
Started 7 of the last under 21 games, and it's quite clear to see why. That was such a cool and composed finish for certainly a 17-year-old as well. Bainbridge on the left-hand side now. Now Jack Whitaker plays in for Harrison Jones. Plays it back to Bainbridge. Right here for Tom Lavery. Here's Middlemass, who takes the shot on it. It's a brilliant effort. It's just gone off the bar, and it was following up there from Oliver Bainbridge, just wide. Here goes for Tom Lavery at right back. Fresh off the bench. Played into Garguson, who's still on a hat-trick, of course. Here's Lons, who plays it back to Middlemass. He's got Bainbridge making a run out wide. Jensen Jones maybe stopped it. Here's Harrison Jones with a chance, and it's a lovely effort from Harrison Jones. Lovely finish into that bottom corner. And Sunderland make it 3-0, and that is surely 3 points in the bag. It was a lovely finish from Harrison Jones, wasn't it?
Absolutely great finish, and well deserved. Sunderland have really dominated this half.
And that's surely 3 points confirmed for Sunderland.
So a dominant performance there from Sunderland as goals from Finn Garguson and Harrison Jones gave them a 3-0 victory over Leeds United. After the game, I caught up with Sunderland under-21 manager Graham Murty to get his thoughts on his side's performance. 3 goals and a clean sheet tonight, Graham. How happy are you with that?
I'm happy with the 3 goals. I'm happy with the clean sheet. We challenged the players at half-time to make sure we came in with the clean sheet, so they managed to complete that. However, the players have just shared that they're a little bit dissatisfied because we weren't as clean as we would like, and nor always clinical as we would like, because we could have and maybe should have scored a lot more goals this evening.
And 2 goals tonight for Finn. How impressive has he been?
He's done really well. He's a young man. He's got lots to learn. He still doesn't realise how much of a physical specimen he is, and he doesn't really utilise that physical advantage as much as we would like. But he's learning lots, and we allow his little parts where he's possibly not up to speed because he's learning in a challenging environment really well and really quickly. So we have to ensure that we don't demand too much from him at the moment. We just kind of celebrate what he's doing.
It was a goal tonight for Harrison as well, one of the more experienced players in the team. How important is it from your perspective that the more experienced players perform well?
We demand a lot from the experienced players. We've just talked about Finn. So Finn gets a pass, should we say, because we don't expect higher levels of tactical acuity or technical prowess. We do expect that from the players who are a little bit older, and we also expect a lot of leadership. So Harrison is kind of a guy who encapsulates that really well. He has a wonderful tactical understanding. He's technically very strong, but he's a leader on the pitch as well, which is why he's the captain. So we're really pleased for him to get a reward. However, he knows that his level can be to push on and to be even better than he was this evening.
So Jack, a comfortable win there for Sunderland, but there were a few missed chances, as Graham Murty alluded to. He called it wasteful rather than woeful. But just how impressive is it that they managed to create so many chances against the Leeds United side that have had a really good defence before this game?
It's very impressive. They looked very creative in all areas of the pitch. I think they will be frustrated, especially Geragosian. He probably could have had his hat-trick there with a chance in the second half. But you know, you've come away from that happy. You've got 3 goals, you've kept a clean sheet, and they're creating an abundance of chances, so the goals will naturally come.
And Liam, a brace for Geragosian, as Jack mentioned there. Just how impressive is it for a 17-year-old to be performing at the under-21 level as he is?
I think it's really impressive, but I think he'll be thinking on the bigger things, as strikers naturally do. They think about themselves. You'll see Chris Rigg in the first team, who's his age, he's about 17. And he'll think, well, I want to be there, so he's going to try and perform at the best of his ability at the 21s and try and break into the first team.
And Jack, goal and an assist tonight for Harrison Jones. That's his 3rd goal and 5th assist in the Premier League 2 this season. But alongside his youth team exploits, he's also been in and around the first team, most recently making his league debut off the bench in a win at Hillsborough. Just how impressive has he been?
I mean, it's a perfect example of how good he has been, that Reggie LeBrie has put his trust in him to come in a game where Sunderland were holding on for the win, 10 minutes to go, and he's trusted him to come on and hold that lead, which he did perfectly. Look, he's a key player. You've seen his goal there, getting in them good areas to finish off. He's, as you say, contributed a lot to the goals this season and got really good leadership traits as captain of the under-21 side, so a bright future ahead, I'd say.
And Liam, he's recently come back from a quite serious injury. He missed nearly a whole year of football with that knee injury. That's tough, obviously, at any age, but how impressive is it to come back from that at such a young age?
I think it's seriously impressive, and I think it's a testament to his character as well. If he's able to overcome such a hard injury and then within a year get into the first team, it's such a great achievement. And I think the way he plays on the edge. So injuries may come in his career, but he's going to reap the rewards because of it.
And Jack, with Sunderland's first team, there's lots of transfer speculation. Most notably, Joe Bellingham and Chris Rigg, both linked with moves away this summer, and they play in a similar position to Harrison Jones. So how much can he use this end of season to really stamp his name, maybe in a place in the first team?
I think he'll know himself. Look, the speculation around the first team players, he'll know that a chance could really be coming for him soon. Sunderland will look to replace them players with the money they get, but you've definitely got to start relying on your academy a little bit more. We've seen it with Sunderland over the years. They've had players like Jordan Pickford, Jordan Henderson going to be England nationals. He'll know that he's in a very good academy. One looks to bring youth players through and develop them in the best way they can. So I think all power to him. I think he could get into that first team really soon. He'll be excited for the opportunity.
And Liam, just finally, who's the next cab off the rank at Sunderland to really stamp their name on a place in the first team?
I think I'm going to go Trey Ogunzui. I think he's already made an appearance in the FA Cup, and he looked quite lively on there. And I think next season, I think that'll be his chance to really stamp his name.
And Jack, what about you?
I mean, I hate to be similar, but I would have to agree. Trey Ogunzui, as you said, 9 goals in his last 9 games. He's going to start to make his way into that first team, whether it be next season, depending on what league the club are in. But he's shown his talent at under-21. What more can you do? I think the trust will be repaid soon.
And that's all for this week. Thanks a lot to Jack and Liam for joining me. Join us next week as we head to the Midlands to take a look inside Aston Villa's academy. Thanks for watching and goodbye.